was in our local community with our local Landcare groups. So as a new person on the scene trying to help Landcare, I was thinking, what can I do to you know, contribute to this? And I remember driving home and I was thinking about it. I'm like, why are there no young people? I've done a bit of volunteer work myself and loved it. I loved the people I'd worked with. But yeah, again, they were an older generation, and I worked in bars for 5 years, so I was used to working with people from all walks of life, and it didn't bother me. But I started digging deeper and really did start to recognise that perhaps it was the fact that there were no other young people working alongside them. And so I was actually in the shower that night and I was like, oh my God, I've got a great idea. And I remember I ran straight out to my computer and I emailed our Landcare network and I said, guys, if you can just give me a couple of $100 to buy some basic tools and gloves, I can set up a Landcare group, give it a go, see how many young people show up, and you know, try and support the local groups in our areas by going and joining them on the ground. And we had our first working bee in 2009, and 18 young people showed up on that day from nowhere. And the average size of the groups in the Illawarra was 4 to 6 people at that time. So this showed me that there was actually interest from young people to go out. And the feedback from the people on the ground that day were, we've been dying to get involved, but every time we go out and do a bit of work on the ground, we kind of feel like we're working with our nan and pop. Which is not necessarily a bad thing, but we're like, well, you know, it's our weekend, we want to, you know, we want to socialise as well. And so this model really spoke to that generation, and we've been going since 2009 in the Illawarra, roving around to all sorts of different sites, and what we're doing is introducing young people not only to Landcare but also to cultural practices. We've done traditional burns with different groups, we've gone out to, you know, all sorts of different sites, from farming and learning about agriculture and how Landcare works in those landscapes, all the way to, you know, your coastal groups working on dune stabilisation. So it's exposing young people to a huge diversity of environmental issues and what the Landcare movement's doing to step up and address those issues. And so in 2015, last year, I got a call from a girl on the Gold Coast called Naomi Edwards, who's another go-getter, getting a lot of young people involved in her community up there, and she said, do you want to collaborate? And I said, yes. And so we ran a Landcare leadership retreat over 2 days up there, and 12 young people stepped up and said they were interested in running something that they were passionate about in their local community. And so we really introduced them over this intensive weekend to what Landcare was, the people in their community, and what they could actually do to step up and make a change from their perspective. And since that workshop, those students have gone out and engaged over 500 young people in tree planting events. They've planted over 3,000 trees. This is just since March last year. And to us, that really spoke volumes for what we could do in inspiring the next generation. So we founded Intrepid Landcare as a national movement. And so what we hope to achieve with this is to inspire young people in communities all around Australia to step up and connect with their local Landcare groups and start driving what they're passionate about on the ground. And since then, we've supported a University of Wollongong group to start up, and they've gone out now and supported over 6 different Landcare groups in the Illawarra region. We've got a group starting at ANU in Canberra this year. We've got a group starting in Victoria this year. So there's lots happening, it's really exciting, and we put a call out to the community because we said, all right, we do need a little bit of seed funding to get this off the ground. And so we decided to crowdfund it, not knowing if, you know, we would get a reaction from the community. We asked for $7 grand and we reached it. And thanks to wonderful groups like Berry Landcare, who I might add were the largest donors of the crowdfunding campaign, thank you so much for believing in us, because it's you that's going to help the next generation come forward and actually be able to, you know, have those connections to projects. You're going to be passing on the knowledge that you all have and have been developing over the last 25 to 30 years. So thank you, and thank you everyone for your support.